Hey, you're tuned in to The Hustle Report by Profit Tool. Welcome back.
So picture this, okay? It's probably familiar. You open your closet and boom, clothes everywhere.
The avalanche.
Exactly. You've got those fast fashion bits you wore like twice. Maybe some nice designer things you were saving for something.
The right occasion, that never
Ah.
seems to happen.
Right. And it just adds up to this, mountain of potential textile waste. What are you actually supposed to do with all that stuff?
It's a real problem.
Well, today we're going to deep dive into what might be the perfect fix. Turning that overflowing closet into, well, cash. We're talking about starting a secondhand clothing business.
Yeah.
Going beyond just listing a few old things, really looking at how this closet to cash side hustle can work seriously.
And that's really the mission for this deep dive. We want to give you the, let's say, strategic insights, how to move past just casual selling and maybe scale this into something more, substantial.
Because this hustle, it's genuinely rewarding. You're generating extra income, sure, but you're also doing something good for the environment, promoting sustainability, cutting down clothing waste. It's a big deal.
Definitely feels good.
So yeah, we'll cover the mechanics, the real upsides, and importantly, the challenges that often trip people up. The stuff that separates the dabblers from the actually profitable sellers.
All right, let's unpack that then. We've kind of broken the whole thing down into three main phases: sourcing, curating, and selling. Sounds simple, maybe?
On the surface.
But the strategy inside each phase, especially for clothes, is pretty unique, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's not like selling, I don't know, electronics.
Okay, so let's kick off with sourcing. Your own closet, obviously, that's step one.
The lowest hanging fruit.
But if you want to make this a real thing, you can't stop there. You need more inventory. So friends, family maybe, clothing swaps, thrift stores.
All good options, but here's where the strategy comes in. Don't just grab anything that looks okay. You need to look deeper.
What do you mean?
Condition is baseline, yes, but look for items with, real value, maybe unique fabrics or those telltale tags from a specific decade or brands that have that cult following.
Okay. So not just condition, but desirability.
Exactly. Your profit margin. It's pretty much decided right there when you're sourcing what you pay versus what it's really worth.
Gotcha. So once you've sourced your potential gems, phase two, curating and organizing.
Right. And this is where you start building your sort of brand identity. You can't just have a random pile of clothes.
No messy donation bin vibes.
Please, no. Think logical organization. By category, tops, bottoms, dresses, by size, crucial. Maybe even by season. It helps you manage everything, but it also massively improves the experience for someone browsing your shop.
Right, like a little online boutique feel.
Precisely. You're curating a collection, not just listing items.
Okay, curated collection ready. Now, the big one, pricing strategy. This feels tricky.
It can be. You absolutely have to do your homework here. Researching similar sold items on whatever platform you're using, that's non-negotiable.
Standard advice, yeah. Check the comps.
But let's push past that. You need to think about what you're pricing. Are you flipping a, say, $5 fast fashion top for $10? Okay, that's a volume game. You need lots of those.
Small margins, high turnover.
Or are you selling a genuine vintage designer piece for maybe $300? That's totally different. You need to justify that price, prove its authenticity, detail the quality, maybe its history.
So different items need different pricing philosophies, not just one flat markup.
That nuance is just critical. And once you've got that price figured out, the listing itself is what drives the sale. Your digital presentation, it can honestly make or break you.
Okay, talk about presentation.
Forget those quick, blurry phone snaps on the messy bedroom floor. We've all seen them.
Oh yeah, instant scroll past.
Totally. You need high-quality photos. Natural daylight is your best friend if you can manage it. Get a clean, simple background. Consistency helps.
So it looks professional.
Exactly. If you're not using a mannequin, learn how to do a good flat lay. Style it a bit. It's not just showing the item, you're capturing the details. That interesting stitch, the real leather tag, the specific cut, the photo has to communicate quality.
Tell the story visually.
You got it. And then the words, the description has to back up those great photos, be super accurate.
Especially with used stuff.
Absolutely. Condition transparency is key. Don't try to hide that little pull or faint mark. Point it out. Buyers appreciate honesty. Then highlight the good stuff. The features, exact measurements.
Oh, measurements are huge, aren't they? Sizes vary so much.
Massively, especially across brands and decades. So measurements are essential. And Mention anything special if it's true vintage, designer, limited edition, whatever.
Okay, great listing ready. Where do you actually sell it?
Yeah.
Platform choices.
Yeah, the battlefield, as you put it. And choosing the right one matters. It needs to match your stuff and who you want to reach. Lots of great options, but they serve different niches. Well, say you have a lot of 90s streetwear or that Y2K fashion that's big right now.
Yeah.
Trendy, younger stuff. An app like Depop is probably your best bet. The audience is right there.
Tip.
If you're dealing more in maybe high-end stuff, professional wear, or even just solid mid-tier brands, something like Poshmark might work better. Different demographic, potentially higher average sale price.
Right. And what about really unique things like rare vintage?
For truly rare pieces or niche collectibles, often eBay gives you the widest reach. You can hit international collectors who are specifically looking for that one thing.
Interesting. So matching inventory to platform is a strategic move in itself.
Definitely. Maximizes your visibility to the right buyers.
Okay, that covers the how. Now, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the why. Beyond just making some extra cash,
Yeah.
what are the benefits here?
Yeah, the upsides.
Well, top of those for me is flexibility. This isn't a traditional job you clock into. You're the boss.
Total control over your hours.
You set the schedule, you manage it from home, mostly. It fits around your life, not the other way around.
And that freedom links right into the creativity and style aspect. You're not just selling random clothes. You're curating a collection that reflects your taste.
Building your own little brand.
Exactly. And that tends to attract customers who like your style, which can build a real sense of community. You start connecting with other fashion lovers. Down the line, that could even mean networking opportunities, maybe collaborations with influencers or local shops in your niche.
That sounds cool. But there's another big motivator, isn't there? The sustainable fashion piece.
Oh, huge. And for many sellers, this is a primary driver. Giving clothes a second life, keeping them out of landfill, you're actively participating in the circular economy.
Reducing waste, reducing demand for new production.
Precisely. Less resource extraction, less pollution. It's a tangible way to make a positive impact.
And people care about that more and more.
They really do. And honestly, it's not just an ethical point, it's a marketing advantage. Mentioning sustainability, how buying this item helps reduce waste, that can resonate with conscious consumers. It can even help justify your price sometimes. You're selling more than just a shirt. You're selling a better choice.
Makes sense. Selling values, not just clothes.
Yeah. But, okay, let's bring it back to the money for a second. We need to ground the income expectations.
Right. The potential earnings.
Our research suggests some successful sellers report earning, on average, somewhere between $15 and $30 per hour, which, sounds pretty good for a side hustle.
Okay, $15 to $30 an hour. But wait, that $30 figure,
Yeah.
does that include all the time spent, like, digging through thrift racks? Or driving around, washing stuff? Or is that just the time spent actually listing and shipping?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the critical point. That $15 to $30 range, it's often calculated based on the active time listing, packing, shipping, customer service once you have the item ready.
Right, not the dead time.
Exactly. If you factor in those hours spent sourcing where you find absolutely nothing useful, that average hourly rate can drop a lot.
Okay, so it's not guaranteed.
Not at all. It fluctuates wildly. It depends on the market, how much competition there is, the quality of stuff you find, how efficient you are at finding good deals.
Lots of variables.
Loads. You absolutely have to see this as supplementary income, especially at first. Getting to that higher hourly rate consistently requires serious optimization and effort. It's not likely going to replace a full-time job without a major commitment.
That's a really important reality check. Good to know. So let's lean into that. Let's talk about the downsides, the challenges. Because it's definitely not passive income, is it?
Far from it. There's real work involved.
Okay, challenge number one that springs to mind. Just managing all the stuff. Inventory management.
Ugh. Yes. Sneaks up on people.
When you start maybe 10, 20 items, it feels manageable. But once that collection grows, tracking everything, what's listed, where it's listed, the specific measurements for that shirt, keeping it all stored properly so it stays in good condition.
It becomes a beast. A serious time sink if you don't have a system.
So spreadsheets or apps.
Yeah, you need something. Spreadsheets work, or there are dedicated inventory apps. The key is starting that system early, before you're drowning in sweaters.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Okay, what's another hurdle?
Well, related to having lots of items is the fact that lots of other people do too. Market saturation.
Yeah. Everyone's selling clothes online now, feels like.
It's a very crowded market. Especially if you're selling trendy stuff or those common mid-tier brands, it takes real effort to make your listings stand out and get noticed among the thousands of others.
So how do you combat that saturation?
Specialization can really help. Instead of selling a bit of everything, maybe you focus just on, say, vintage band tees or plus-size designer wear, or maybe 80s power suits, I don't know.
Find a niche.
Exactly. Carve out your corner. Become a destination for that specific thing, rather than just another general reseller.
Okay, niche down. Makes sense. What other challenges directly hit the bottom line?
Well, there's the constant balancing act of pricing and profit margins.
Right. Price too high, it sits forever. Price too low, you make nothing for your time.
Precisely. You need to be competitive to make sales, but you have to keep enough margin to make it worthwhile. And if things aren't selling, you face that decision. Drop the price and eat into your profit, or hold out longer. It's tough.
A constant calculation.
And then there's dealing with people, managing customer expectations.
Ooh, yeah. Especially with secondhand items.
Some buyers might expect something practically new, even if it's described as used. They might confuse vintage with flawless. So you can end up dealing with disputes, questions, potentially returns.
Returns sound like a particular headache. You pay shipping both ways, maybe? And the items used.
It can be painful financially and just time-wise. But the absolute best defense here goes back to what we said earlier. Transparency.
Be brutally honest in the listing.
Totally. Accurate descriptions, clear photos of any flaws that manages expectations before they click buy. And you need a clear professional returns policy that fits the platform's rules.
So everyone knows where they stand.
Right. Plus, things like using decent packaging, responding quickly and politely to messages, even the tricky ones that builds trust and leads to good reviews. And good reviews are like gold in this business. They're your reputation.
Your most valuable asset, really.
Absolutely. Okay, so knowing all those potential pitfalls, let's pivot. Let's talk practical steps. How do you actually structure this hustle to work for you and avoid those problems?
All right, a step-by-step, guys. Let's do it. Step 1.
Step 1, evaluate and strategically expand inventory. Start with your own closet, yes, but be ruthless. Prioritize things based on brand, condition, current trends, or vintage appeal.
Okay, clean out the closet effectively.
Then what?
Then what?
Then actively expand. We mentioned thrift stores, family, but think about clothing swaps too. Organize one with friends. It's low cost. You can trade items you don't want for things that fit your niche better. It's a great way to diversify what you offer.
Smart. Okay, step 2.
Step 2, master the compelling listing. We touched on photos and descriptions, but really nail it down. Provide every relevant measurement, shoulder to hem, pit to pit, waist, inseam, sleeve length. Buyers need specifics.
No guessing on fit.
None. And in the description, don't just say blue shirt. Mention the material, 100% silk, heavyweight cotton denim. It speaks to quality. And really highlight those key selling points. True vintage 70s, limited edition collab, new with tags. Make them stand out.
Got it. Be detailed. Step 3.
Step 3, promote strategically. Don't just list it and hope. You need to drive traffic.
Yeah.
Use social media, Instagram, TikTok are great visually.
Show off the clothes.
Exactly. Build your brand's look and feel there. Don't just post item links. Use relevant hashtags, not just hashtag clothes, but things like hashtag thrift finds, hashtag slow fashion, hashtag designer resale, hashtag vintage fashion, whatever fits your niche. Reach the people already looking for this stuff.
Maybe even short videos, styling tips.
Great idea. Showing how an item can be worn makes it much more appealing.
Okay, promote smart. What's the final step?
Step 4, provide elite customer service. This is where small sellers can really shine against big retailers. Respond to questions fast, package items nicely, fold them neatly, maybe wrap in tissue paper, ship promptly and securely.
Make it feel like a special purchase.
Exactly. It transforms a simple transaction into a positive experience. That's how you get repeat customers and those crucial 5-star reviews. That positive reputation is the engine for growth.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what's the big picture takeaway for someone listening?
Well, I think it's clear.
It seems like this secondhand clothing business, if you approach it thoughtfully, strategically, it could be really flexible, potentially quite lucrative, and honestly, pretty rewarding.
Definitely.
You're turning clutter into actual cash, and at the same time, you're part of that bigger shift towards sustainable fashion.
Couldn't agree more. But here's a final thought to chew on, thinking about longevity. Beyond the quick flips, the immediate cash, start thinking about which items will actually hold or increase their value over time.
Like investment pieces.
Kinda, yeah.
Hmm.
We're talking certain designer labels, true vintage from really sought-after eras, maybe limited editions. These things can appreciate. So how does knowing that maybe shift your sourcing strategy from day one?
Interesting. So you're not just sourcing for quick profit, but maybe building long-term value in your inventory.
Exactly. Prioritizing pieces that could be worth more later adds another dimension to the hustle, something to consider as you build.
Food for thought.
And hey, if you found this deep dive into turning clothes into cash interesting, remember we've got loads more research on similar side hustles on the Profit Duel site. Things like matched betting, maybe online coaching, even app testing. Lots of ways to boost your income.
Definitely worth checking out if this sparks some ideas. That's it for today. We'll see you back on the Also Report soon.